Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. Let's start off with a quick Ripple update. Again, another explosive move higher, finally getting that bigger pullback. Went through both the GAN projection levels, then it didn't even pause enough to give any higher levels. Showing you what we do when that happens. We start trailing our GAN levels and watch for pullbacks, that don't hold the 12.5% level. So as each new bar, we keep raising it up. And then a bar that eventually collapses below the 12.5% level, we look to take profits on. Like this bar collapses below 12.5% level, and you can watch even on a shorter term chart. Didn't even pause at it. Some of these other levels, dip below it, then close back above it. This, just touched it, moved back up. But when you see one that just drops below and doesn't even stop, then we look to take something off. Or if you get a move back through to 25% one, we're just taking stuff off. That's also why we try to do projections and take stuff off, or at least trail a stop on the way up. As a lot of times, as we pointed out, it was getting overextended. We're never trying to pick tops or bottoms. We're trying to take a chunk out of the middle. We got our chunk off, kept running, and then pulled back. Now we're waiting for that bigger pullback. Finally came to the upper end of the rotation zone. Little bounce up, not much going on there. Return to the 12.5 retracement level from this very large retracement. That's all the way back from the lows back in October 31st. Now it's trading at that 25% pullback level and our prior GAN projection, which I'll take off now. But we had a nice little cluster here that's holding at right now. Would not be surprised to see it trade back to the bottom of the rotation zone, at least in the 4 hour, or to the 50% GAN level of this last run up, which would take us roughly to 168 to 166 to 168. If that doesn't hold, then I'm watching for a return to about 146. Let's check in on the daily chart. Again, this went way too far, way too fast. And this is now a massive topping tail. Any run up to about the 50% retracement of this would be, if you had any left, would be a selling opportunity for us. Let me put that back on the shorter chart to show where that would be. So we can, same thing as we look for those buying opportunities on massive tailed bottoms, on these massive tail tops. There's selling opportunities. So somewhere between about the 216 to 224 level could be selling opportunities if we rally back up and you did not get some off. But we are now watching for the pullback. Again, that's why it doesn't pay to chase these, because even on a daily basis, this could easily return. Look, that 146 is still above the rising daily rotation zone. Now, this is going to keep moving up, so that's a good target area for a nice pullback. Not saying it can't go higher, we're just not chasing it. So that's our update on Ripple. Over to LITECOIN. This also did trigger that high probability double bottom. That did not work out. It finally hit the stop level just a little bit ago. So that is now done. I talked about that. Same with Bitcoin. Hit that high probability double, and that's close to 70% probability double. And it did not work. We are very cautious. The rotation zone is against us. Remember when we're running up, rotation zone buy, rotation zone buy, rotation zone buy. Now it's sell, sell. Anything into the rotation zone is, if we do a buy, which we're not interested in right now, it's definitely a sell here for us. So like I said in the Bitcoin video, we have to wait for this to get back above the rotation zone on the 4 hour and on the daily chart before we're going to get interested, or it's got to get to a capitulation bottom where a lot of people freak out, dump their Litecoin, and then give us a buying opportunity. We're just being very patient, sitting on our hands for the time being. Let's look at the daily chart. It's almost come down to that 50-day exponential moving average we've talked about in the 62.5 retracement level. If this area does not hold, then we're going to watch for the bigger pullback. So what are we watching for on the weekly? Next bigger pullback level. See, it hasn't touched the top of the rotation zone since back at the beginning of December. It hasn't touched the bottom of the rotation zone since the end of October. Top of the rotation zone is sitting back at 177, which would freak a lot of people out. That will put anybody who's bought in the last couple weeks underwater, and they're not going to be happy about it. Now, if you've been trading in and out, in and out, in and out, yes, you will get losers when you get the pullback. Just like that double bottom did not work. So you take your loss, but hopefully you've made a lot of profits along the way. And there's always going to be losing trades. It's part of being a trader. There's no way to avoid it. If you're not expecting a losing trade going into trading, then you're not really a trader. And a lot of people then, oh, I'll take the trade and turn it into an investment. Well, then you're not willing to take a loss. You're just now hoping for that it's going to turn around and make your trade into an investment, into a profit. So if the top of the rotation zone does not hold, next key level is about 156, and then the bottom rotation zone is now sitting at 114. If we do drop in these levels, wouldn't be surprised then to see some capitulation bottom where we get a massive sell-off and a tail. Then we'll start looking for buying opportunities again. My voice is giving out again. That's all I can put out for today. Hope this has helped you. Try to get to some more videos soon for you guys. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for all our subscribers. We really appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.